Here is the wind bending the reeds westward. Had I words, I could tell of origin, of God's hands bloody with birth at first light, of my thin squeals in the heat of his breath. If my mute heart expresses me, I am the rolling thunder and the bursts of torrents upon rock, the whispering of old leaves, the silence of deep canyons. I am the rattle of mortality.
This feature-length documentary is about my dad, Scott Momaday, and me, his daughter, making a meaningful journey together. We're retracing a journey my father took when he was 35. At the time he was writing one of his favorite books, The Way to Rainy Mountain. It starts at the place where our people began, the headwaters of the Yellowstone River. And our waypoints are the sacred places of the Kiowas, such as Devil's Tower, the Black Hills, Medicine Wheel, and we're journeying down to Oklahoma where our homestead is. These are places that open our hearts as we feel what these places mean to our people. All of my life I've wanted to go to these same places, and now I have the chance to do it with my dad right now. It's something that I think is really important, to get to know him and be with him right now in his life. And I'm at the point in my life where these stories and this connection, this family connection, is so important. It's a universal story, the story of a daughter and her father finally reconciling whatever hurt they have between them. And it takes on even deeper meaning when the father and the daughter are taking a journey to the sacred places of their people. When my dad was 35 years old, he was doing the research for one of his most important and favorite books called The Way to Rainy Mountain. Part of his journey was to go back and follow the migratory route of the Kiowa people. And now I'm going to be taking the same journey with him, and we're going to be visiting a lot of these very special places like Devil's Tower in Wyoming, where in fact my father was given his Kiowa name as an infant.
My Indian name, my Kiowa name is Tali, which means rock tree boy. I got that name because when I was an infant, my parents took me to Devil's Tower, Wyoming. It's a sacred place to the Kiowas because they lived for a time in the Black Hills in the course of their migration southward. So my parents took me there and brought me back to Oklahoma. And an old man in the tribe came to visit, and he named me. And he gave me that name to commemorate my having been taken to this sacred place. And the Kiowas have a story about Devil's Tower. They say that there were some children playing in the woods, Kiowa children, 8 children, 7 sisters and their brother. And the boy was pretending to be a bear. He was chasing his sisters through the woods. And they were pretending to be frightened. They were running, and a terrible thing happened. The boy actually turned into a bear. And when the girls saw that, they were truly terrified, and they ran. And as they were running, they passed the stump of a tree, a huge tree stump. The tree spoke to them and said, "If you will climb up on me, I will save you." The little girls scampered on top of the tree stump, and it began to rise into the air. And the bear came to kill them, but they were beyond its reach. So it reared up and scored the bark all around. The girls were born into the sky, and they became the stars of the Big Dipper. And that's it. We were told nothing more of the boy. The girls, of course, achieved stardom, but the boy, we don't know what happened to him. But I am the boy. I identify with the boy because of my name. And I love that story, not only because my name is in it, but because it is a quantum leap of the imagination. Not only does it explain this feature in the landscape, but it also relates us to the stars.
Too often in American culture, the stories of great men and women aren't told until long after they are gone. I know that the time is now to be together and make this journey and tell these stories. I am Jill Momaday. My father is the poet N. Scott Momaday. Together, we are making a return to Rainy Mountain.